What's good? It's your boy Shay coming at you with my first Big Brother Top 5. As always, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and of course, we're going to share this video where? That's right, everywhere they talk about Big Brother. First of all, I want to give a big shout out to my first Patreon supporter. I'm not going to put the government out there, but those that rock with me know my girl Toxic Bunny, she does nothing but support the show, and she is my first supporter on Patreon, and I really appreciate the love. We gonna make it to Big Brother 20. One way or another, we gonna get there. Casting has no choice. I'm almost, man, I can't believe I'm tweaking this video so much. I really thought I was gonna be able to do my casting video in like 20-30 hours. Shouldn't took me long. No. Scripting it is hard enough. The 3 minutes is a lot longer than you would think it is, but I think it's just enough time for us to make our impact. So let's get into this top 5. Top 5 Big Brother alliances of all time. Well. Now, we've seen lots of alliances. We've seen alliances that's lasted, you know, a day. I mean, we just saw the girl alliance, all girl alliance in Celebrity Big Brother go kaboom. That was the rooming squad didn't do shit. The all girl alliance didn't do shit. And Black Girl Magic, they ain't do shit. So we're not gonna, you know, they're probably not gonna make my top 5. At least I hope not. So coming in at number 5, we got Los Tres Amigos from Big Brother 16. Now, that was Cody, Derek, and Zach, with Derek, of course, winning, and Cody, of course, the runner-up. So anytime your alliance ends up in the final 2, you're doing something right. You know, they had 8 HOHs. They was nominated 7 times and had 4 veto wins. So that's 12 comp wins, and you get the final 2. So I got to give them props. I wasn't that big of a Derek fan when I first, because I didn't watch that season live. I was on this weird Big Brother strike for that year, for that season. I was pissed off. I was pissed off because I didn't make it. So I was beefing. No beef this time. We just gonna get there. But when I rewatched it, I was like, I thought Derek was overrated. But then after I rewatched it again, I can see where people are coming from with Derek. But definitely Derek and Cody getting to the final 2. You got to put them on the list. So they are my number 5. At number 4. This might surprise some people that I ranked it so low. But I'm going to go with the Renegades from Big Brother 10. So that was Memphis and your boy Dan Giesling. Well, not your boy, my boy. So it was Memphis and Dan Giesling. I mean, once again, you're looking at a scenario where you got the what do you want to call it? The alliance in the final 2. Why couldn't I remember that? But yeah, you got the alliance in the final 2. So the thing that makes them ranked higher than Derek, Dan was so, oh my God. I mean, Dan was just off the hook with the shit he was on, man. Like, he would swear on his wife, his family, his kids, all of that shit. He would swear on his religion, and he'd go back on his word like it wasn't shit, and just be like, well, your fault for believing me. I mean, Jerry called Dan Judas. He said, you'll always be Judas to me. And Dan's response to that was, I understand. That's when you know you off the hook. when you sit there and somebody tells you how dirty you are to your face, and you don't get mad, you just go, I understand. So I mean, they had some, they had a couple affiliates, affiliates of people that I just classify them as people where it's like, yeah, you one of us until you ain't. You know what I mean? It's like, you may be in our group, but no, without a shadow of a doubt, you are expendable. So I mean, they got to the end. It was final three, Dan, Memphis, and Jerry. And that was after they cut Keisha for Jerry. And then basically the only deal that Dan kept the whole time was taking Memphis and not keeping Jerry, which it wouldn't have surprised anybody if he took Jerry because he felt like Jerry was the weaker player. But I think that's what got Dan the win in Big Brother 10. I think, yeah, on paper, we can say that Dan could have easily beat Jerry in the final two. But I think it helped his social credibility that much more to take Memphis, because how y'all gonna have this alliance like this and then you cut your own partner's throat at the end? So that worked out, you know what I mean? So yeah, so my number 4, Memphis and Dan Giesling, the Renegades. So for number 3, we're going to dig into crates one time. We're going to go all the way back to Big Brother 8. How many of y'all actually, if you remember Big Brother 8, type it in the comments right now. Type it in the comments right now. Because that was the year your boy Evil Dick was in there. And they had one of the most crazy dominant alliances, but one of the people that have never gotten their alliance made it to the final 3, which was crazy. Like, I can't believe, first of all, the way that Zach ran through that house. I don't know how he didn't beat Dick and Danielle. Like, I remember watching that season being like, dude, yeah, Dick's running through the house and him and Danielle teaming up all this shit, but Zach never bought into the shit, and then Zach was just dominating, and then he lost the one competition when it counted. So the late night crew from Big Brother 8, late night crew, that was Amber, Danielle, Dick, Dustin, Eric, Jamaica, Jessica, and yeah, that was it. And these motherfuckers won 8 HOHs and 8 vetoes. With their member, the lowest placing member went out 9 out of 14, with number 1 being, of course, Evil Dick Donato. He won it, so. But they had it's hard to see alliances with that many people stay on the same page for so long. Like, what was it, 7 of them, and they made it to the final 9. Like, and I know you're like, well, okay, that's 9, but it's like, it was 14 people in the house, and they formed a 7-person alliance and kept true to it long enough to shave it down to 9. So now, already, so you look at the final 9. So what is that? That's almost 80%, right? That's almost 80% chance that somebody in your alliance is getting ready to win Big Brother. Off top. Even if after 7 out of 9, everybody falls out and breaks up and just everybody's beefing now, somebody from that alliance is still gonna win. And Evil Dick won. So you got to give credit where credit's due in the sense of a group effort. Like, it's hard. Like, every time we ever seen it, like, the closest we ever seen it was last season with just the anti-Cody shit. But it really wasn't even no alliance. It was just Cody against everybody that's scared of Cody, which just so happened to be the whole fucking house. And then the one person that really wasn't scared of Cody was scared of everybody else in the fucking house. You know, Cody Mark was cool with Cody, but then it was like he was a fucking punk. So Cody really didn't like him in the end anyway, because he wasn't man enough to just stand up and be like, I rock with Cody. But they weren't really on the same page like that. And, you know, they just was trying to get Cody out, and then they would use anything as an excuse to get the next person out. So it wasn't really a real coordinated effort, because all of them thought they had it was just all these couples thought they had a final three with Paul, and then Paul was just picking whoever was winning at the time. Like, if Christmas and Josh wasn't winning at the time, and it was like Whistle Nut and Alex winning, Paul would have rolled with them to the end. Simple as that. So, but this shit was different. It's just we kicking people out. We stay together. We winning. And then, you know, eventually people go their separate ways. I mean, you got to see it coming with a 7-person alliance anyway. Which is why, as the girls, I didn't understand. I mean, we just saw the opposite. The girls did an all-girl alliance, and they broke up before they can even get anybody kicked out of the house while they were in fucking power. It was the weirdest shit I ever seen. So, number 3, the Late Night Crew, Big Brother 8, led by Evil Dick. So, number 2. This alliance doesn't even like have a name. And when I was researching these alliances, I noticed that they didn't have a name, and I don't even see them considered by anybody as an alliance, when this alliance is hands down the most disciplined alliance in history. That wasn't a big enough hint? They came in second and third. So you're like, wow, you're really going to give second best alliance ever to an alliance that didn't even produce a winner? Yeah, I'm going to do that. The number 2 alliance of all time is Danielle and Jason from Big Brother 3. The amount of discipline they had to have. Because the only way this alliance works, the way that they planned it to work, is limited contact. We can't kick it like that. I don't know you like that. All we're going to do is play chess. And then while we play chess, all we're going to do is talk game the whole fucking time. They would play chess. He's telling her, here, this is what all the guys are doing, and this person's coming after you. Then she goes, well, this is what all the girls are talking about, and this girl's coming after you, and this, that, and the other. They used information from each other's own side because they had their own lives. But the 2 things that made that work is the amount of discipline and the amount of trust they had in each other. Because when you got an alliance like that, and okay, it sounds good at first, then you make it the first week doing it. Then you make it the second week. Then you make it the third week. And the next thing you know, y'all start feeling comfortable. You let your guard down a little bit. You're talking to each other a little more. You maybe hang out after dinner a little longer. You know, you may talk. No, they didn't do none of that. They would talk for a couple seconds, and that was it. So now, you got to trust that when this motherfucker you barely talk to, you got to trust that they are really feeding you the right info every time. Every time. Because you never know. This other person, their back gets put up against the wall and some shit you don't know about because you don't talk to them all the time, right? They could easily just sell you out. But they didn't do that. They trusted the process. Hashtag trust the process. Shout out JoJo, MB Philly, Fly Eagles Fly. But Yeah, I know he plays for the Sixers, but they in Philly. You get it. Shit. But the type of trust they had to have in each other was amazing. And they did it. They did it all the way to the end, and the only thing that kept them from winning was two things. Number one, had Danielle held on to that key longer, they held it for like 5 hours, which out of all the endurance comps, it's gonna be hard to beat me in some shit where I'm sitting somewhere just holding to a key. Like, you gotta do better than that. But I mean, they were spraying them with water and all types of shit, making them cold and shit, and that's cool and all. And I don't be trying to belittle anybody, but you know, she basically made a deal, let go of the key, and let the other girl win when they were in the final three. The other girl she was the HOH, so her winning it automatically meant y'all Lions couldn't go to the final two. And so she chose Danielle like a fucking idiot. And so Danielle had the shit won. And for those that heard me say it, it's the Danielle rule, where they literally stopped letting people in the jury see contestants' diary room sessions before they vote, because that's what ruined Danielle. Because you know how reckless people talk in diary rooms, and she was talking reckless. She would literally like lie and get in the diary room and be like, "Man, I lied like a like." She was brutally honest in them diary room sessions, and they showed them, and it cost them. Like, how crazy is that shit? Like, how crazy is that shit? So, for them to have that secret alliance the whole time and keep it secret, like nobody knew until the end. And so they were trading information. It was always good information to each other, and no matter what would happen, if it was close to one of them getting put on the block, they would go into action, and nobody ever suspected it because they never hung out. So that is number two. We don't even need no drum roll for number one. If you subscribe to this podcast, which if you don't, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe to this podcast and you don't know who number one is, you ain't been paying attention. What is my tagline? How do I end every podcast? That's right. I'm probably lying. And where did I get that from? That's right. Dr. Will Kirby and his tag team partner, Mike Boogie. That's right. Chilltown is your number one alliance of all time. Now, yes, am I biased towards Chilltown? Absolutely. Are they the best? Absolutely. So, now that my biases are on the table, let's get into it. So, they began Big Brother 2. First of all, they're the only alliance in Big Brother history where both people in the alliance won. And Boogie couldn't win without Will. And Boogie's problem was trusting Dan. I mean, but Boogie created a monster in Frank, aka Carrot Top. He created a monster in Frank. So Chilltown lived on through Frank. But it originated Big Brother 2. Dr. Will and Boogie played. There was no veto at the time. They made some crazy ass moves. It was Mike Boogie, Dr. Will, and Shannon. But Shannon was just kind of fringe, if you will. But she was. And so Boogie got out. And then once Boogie got out, of course, we know that Dr. Will kicked it in overdrive and went ahead and won. They come back for All-Stars. And that shit they did in All-Stars was amazing. Amazing. It was amazing. So they set up another alliance, which I give an honorable mention as one of my, at least my personal favorite. they set up the Legion of Doom, which is James from BB6 and Danielle. So I mean, of course, we know I got a soft spot for Danielle. But so we got Danielle, Dr. Will, and Mike Boogie on the same team. They dissolved that to make Chicken George an honorable member of Chilltown. Then they would just tell people they part of Chilltown, then just vote their asses out the house. And then they spun that all the way around to taking Chilltown after doing all that other shit and doing what? They end up making a double showmance to go to the Final Four. They trusted the girls. They underestimated the girls just a little bit too much. And Erica got Dr. because it was going to be beautiful. Because Dr. Will fucked his part up. I got to call a spade a spade. Where he fucked his part up was he didn't have Janelle in check. He didn't have Janelle in check. That was his girl. Boogie had Erica. Dr. Will had Janelle. And Janelle ended up winning and then kicking Dr. Will out of the house when the whole plan was supposed to be her kicking Erica out of the house. So then you had that happen, and then Boogie takes Erica to the final two. And I mean, of course, they had dominated at that point. I mean, Big Brother's All-Star is also the season where Dr. Will gives the infamous "I hate you all" speech, vote me out speech, and he made it to the Final Four. Hey, they cold, man. Chilltown is cold, man. Hey, man, that's my time, man. Let me get out of here, man. That's the top 5. At number 5, who do we have at number 5? I forgot that quick. Los Tres Amigos. Number 4, we had the Renegades, Dan Giesling, Memphis. Late Night Crew at number 3. Evil Dick and Company. Number 2, Danielle and Jason, Big Brother 3. And at number 1, the boys from Chilltown. Bring. Yo, Boogie and Shay. Big Brother 20? I'm there. Holla at your boy. Like this video. Subscribe to the channel. You love your boy that much. Hit the Patreon link. Thanks, everybody, for all of the support, man. I love y'all so much. And get at your boy. Let me know what you want to see in the next top 5. And as always, your boy, I'm probably lying.